on the outside, all the cables look good. The boots that goes over the end over the carburetor and the decompression, they all look good. There's a little clip thing there that in the centre there, the throttle cable, that one there, that puts it to the frame. It's broken. I got a new one of those, new old stock, so that should be all fixed. But the cables look good. There's nothing visually to look at this stage that says there's a problem. Most of the cables, or all the cables, are good. Like, there's no fraying on the ends. They're good. They just don't slide well. Whatever grease they've used has gone hard, and it's like a wax now. I've got to push that in. It just doesn't want to slide. That's the throttle cable. The throttle cable breaks into two. I just pick that off there, and there's just a unit, just an even puller there. One cable goes in the two and pulls it. But each one of these has to be cleaned out. So I'm going to do them all the same way. This is the clutch cable, same deal. It doesn't want to move. It's good. There's no frayed edge. It's all nice. So what I have to do is figure out somewhere or another to get the degreaser into there. And for this one, the degreaser that I buy is just cheap stuff. It just comes with a cap. It doesn't come with a sprayer. So this bottle of electrical contact cleaner, it's finished, and I just steal the caps off different things. I keep the old ones. I never know what I'm going to need it for. So I just poke that onto there, and it works. Now, whoops, just so you can see the gunk coming out. I don't know if you can see that or not, but that's where it should come out there. Ooh, that's going everywhere. Oh, that's spraying everywhere. I have to do that in the trailer. That's spraying degreaser everywhere and all over my hands, and nothing is coming out the end yet. But I'll keep playing with it. I'll do it outside, and I've got to wash this. That's what will eventually happen. I've just got to fill it with degreasers and then clean it up. And to re-grease it, I've got a can here of Dry Glide, which I don't want to get a wet thing because the wets just gump up again. I want something dry, and this one's got PTFE in it, whatever that is, but it's a Dry Glide, and I'll reverse it and grease the cables with that stuff. Anyway, my hands are burning now. I got all the cables done. They all worked out well. The only problem is figuring out how to get the degreaser in there. And once I work that out, then you have to get a hose in there and just spend a lot of water passing through them to get them cleaned out, dry them out, grease them up, lube them up the same way, and they're all done. Now, nothing wrong with them. A few little bits and pieces here and there where they're worn through. Well, not completely through, that it matters, so they're all good, except for one. And I'll show you that one. This is the degreaser. Sorry, the degreaser. The decompression. The cable which I've popped off there. Whoops, the cable which I've popped off there. That basically, the top part goes into there, the bottom part in here, and that sort of somehow pulls up that and does something. I've got no idea yet. So I'll figure that out, but that's okay. This part come off, that's just a rubber boot. But where it goes wrong is it comes round and goes down into the back of the motor, near where the kickstarter is. And if you have a look in there, can you see? There is just a little fork thing that goes into. Now, because I got the extra slack from taking off the front, I could possibly push that down, but the problem is when I push that down, that forky thing also goes down, so I'm worried if I unhook that, it'll drop down there and I'll never get to it. Because remember, I don't want to split these cases if I can help it. So the side cover will come off, but not the cases. So I reckon I could clean that in place, but it'll be a lot of mucking around. Anyway, I'll wait till the cover comes off and then I can deal with it then.